it looks like I'm live. You know, why am I there? I wanted to be here. There we go. That's where I wanted to start out. Happy 4th of July there, Stephanie. How's it going? Hey, Rich and Rob. There we are. Yeah, so I hope everybody's having a decent 4th. Mine's been kind of uneventful. I went out and poked my nose at the garden and gave a few of the plants a little bit of water because they seemed like they needed it. And I need to take more pictures of the flowers in the front, the wildflowers, because there's new stuff happening. Hey, Capel, how's it going? You know, I'm trying to think, is there anything I can say about the 4th other than, yeah, just sort of hung around, listened to some music. I was actually just listening to a Spotify playlist. I just typed in Moog, you know, M-O-O-G for the synthesizer, and a playlist that said something like 70s Moog something or other, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll listen to that. I like that old kind of old school synth stuff. Hey, Black Ice, how's it going? Hey, Quan, how's it going? And I was just gonna think, what I was gonna ask you guys what you thought about the last video, and what did I do? Oh, it was the solitaire one, wasn't it? That's what I put up just recently. Yeah, it's funny how stuff just sort of bleeds together. I got my camera right in the wrong spot for that. I gotta find a place where I just put it and then like mark it on my desk so that, you know, when this happens, I don't keep having the thing like right in the way of the chat window. I'm sorry your dad ruined it for you, but okay, we're here. You can hang out with us and chill out, and hopefully that any kind of anger or frustration you feel will just evaporate. How about that? You're out on your deck, right on. Oh, I am going to be here till the normal time, 10:20. So you have a rough. Oh, you know, I got to start the timers. So you're from 2 hours and 20 minutes from now, because I am about to go click them on right now. So there we go. Here's this one, and there's this one. Come on, come here. There we go. And click start, and then maybe this. And get out of that, and move this spec, I guess, over here for right now. Does that help any? And mosquitoes, man. Crazy, man. I haven't really seen much fireworks yet because it's it's still light here for the moment, But hey, Alice, how's it going? Yeah, I'm glad you could come by. No, I'm sorry, Quan. Can't do that. You're in Rob's camp there with the, he's always asking for more time. You know what? Well, since we're just starting out, I'm going to go to the gaming part, and I'm going to switch from K-Diamonds. I want to play Octortle. So let's put that up. I'm in the wrong way. What am I doing here? There we go. There we go. All right. And where is it? There we go. Octortle. Doink. All right. And let me get that up over here. There we go. There we go. All right. Let me move my keyboard a little bit. Man, I just got my desk, so I had to kind of clean my desk to make the solitaire video, and I think I kind of did a half-assed job now that I'm looking at it. And when I was editing the video, I was like, my desk is, that's the one problem with black stuff, is it seems cool and it's like, yeah, it's black and it's clean, looking, and it kind of has this, I don't know, refined, simple, I'm not quite a minimalist type, but it kind of has that clean line kind of thing to it, except for when it starts to wear, it shows its wear pretty quickly. At least it seems to be to me. Anyway, what are we doing here with the words? Okay. Doctoral. I don't know that I've seen that. A 250-hour stream. Holy mackerel. That's like more than 10 days, man. That's crazy. I've thought about trying to figure out some weird way of doing kind of a weird extended stream where there would be like odd long pauses or something, where I would go do stuff where I, didn't want you guys watching me. Oh, anyway, I haven't even come up with one word here yet, have I? Is that adder, maybe? Oops, I'm in the wrong window. Come on, Bill. Oh, medical themed words. All right. Try that, maybe. No? Okay. So it's got to be... Well, the E's got to be last, so... No, E can't be added, so the A's got to be, excuse me, between the D and the R. And the E has to be second. So what is that? Am I being an idiot? Something E-D-A-R at the end? I've got to be just being an idiot. What do we have? Oh man, I'm sorry about your grandmother. Crazy, man. Well, Hunter, I'm glad you could hang out with us and maybe chill out for a bit. Somebody let me know what they think that first word is. I'm not seeing it. Something... Cedar? That's what it is, isn't it? Cedar. Right. Holy mackerel. That took me forever to see, didn't it? Yikes. Oh, Quan, I have thought about that, and I think it's something I am going to do, just because people seem to, those like really long videos seem to be things that people get attracted to. So I thought about just making, epic, stacking a type of game, or not game, type of video together. You know what I mean? Just sort of kind of make it themed or something, like, as you suggest, like triggers or something. Yeah, so that, it's gonna happen in some form or another. I'll get around to it, I promise. All right. So what are we doing here? Man, this is not a good... I'm not seeing what the last one is either, so I need to figure out a way of filling in some letters to break this up a bit. Okay, I think that one's going to be dwell. What do you think? Okay, that's at least something, although, and what is that one with the L and the T there? C and that. Like that. Okay. Inter. Oops. Okay, we're making a little bit of progress now. SH, okay, there's the S could be first, the H could go there. SHIRK, yes, okay. And that's going to be icing. Okay. And ninth, okay. And something, oh, fiber, isn't it? What do you know? Hey. You know, I didn't have anything special for dinner. What did I? I haven't had dinner, to be honest. I had a peanut butter sandwich for lunch, kind of late, so we did rescue. Hey, we did it, actually succeeded. Let's do the extreme. All right, so starting off with that's going to be quirk, isn't it? And okay. That one seems like it's going to be wrong, doesn't it? What do you know? And now, what is that one going to be? Doubt. Yeah, what do you know? And that could just be plum, couldn't it? It is. That's funny. White cheddar Cheeto Puffs, that's great. I think that one's going to be unpin. Nope. Unzip. And manner. Okay, oh, I forgot about I didn't do these ones at the front. That'd be proof. Now this one here is dingy. What do you know? Made it. Alright, so there we go. We got extreme. Let's go do classic. Is probably inter. Let's try that. Okay. I'm not seeing what that. Oh, decoy. That's what that is. All right. That one could be what? I was gonna say demon, but nope. What's that one there? Thick. Let's trace. Maybe. And what do we have now? Holy mackerel. I'm going to say let's put up plum. Mogul. And what do you know? Papal. And below, what do you know? All right. Okay, so classic is done. We've done the extreme, and we did the rescue, so we're going to do the sequence now. And here we go. Joint, freak. We'll go ahead and do plum. Stool, I think. All right. Vinyl, no. Lying. All right. Choir. that booby or booty? No. Oh no, boozy. Holy mackerel. I burned up a lot of stuff like that, didn't I? And this is what? Derby. Okay, and then Trice. Wow, just made it. I usually do better than that on the sequence, though. That's alright. We made it. It's all okay. And now, chill. You know, just chill, man. Alright, here we go. Just going free as usual. Let's go ahead and do plum wage because we certainly have the room for it. And then there we go. So, blimp. That's a good one, yeah. Prime. And first. And bring. And let's say that that's carry. And that's what? B-R-O-A-E. I'm not seeing what that other one right there is. Oh, drove, isn't it? And then that first one is cents. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's enough of that. So what time is it getting to be? Oh, we've still got 6 minutes. Do I want to do a trigger, or should we just babble about something? Does anybody have a question? Hey, Mossbun, how's it going? I believe I'm okay. You know, seems like it. Okay, now I'm going to get back over to here. And what do I want to start with tonight? Well, you know, just since I know that it's one of Stephanie's favorites, I'm going to turn this around. And that she's bound to ask at some point anyway. So, and she did say that she was having a poor night earlier, so here you go, Stephanie, some beard brushing. Yeah, you know, the folks upstairs that all keep dogs, they similarly, especially the pit bulls, they'll try to climb under the sheds in the back and, you know, or under furniture, or what's the tactic with yeah, that's exactly right, Alice. So I use all 5 vowels and all of the consonants, and I don't repeat any consonants. Another one I've used is, oh man, I can't remember what it is. It's something like, are you artsy women build, or something like that. Well, hang on, let's just look at it. We'll see if that works. Sorry, Stephanie, I'll come back to the brushing, I promise. I'll give you bonus brushing. Da, 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 da. But now I'm curious about the thing I think it was. Let's do, let's go to here like this to get the other link, so I can do it here to go to the practice. There we go. Let's just say a new game. And I think it's artsy. Oh, come on, what's going on here? There we go. Oops. Build, yeah, there you go. So similarly, I got, you know, all the vowels and, you know, a set of consonants that did, you know, where I've not doubled up anything. So, you know, 15 unique letters out of the alphabet, basically. and then I can use, well, I don't really have, that's the thing is, I don't use this one often because I don't have plumb and waged, right? I don't want to finish this game, so I'm going to go back to doing brushing, and then we'll. But anyway, I just wanted to check that word collection out, and if you ever have any that you want to come up with and suggest, But yeah, as Nubby's pointing out, that there is another appealing, amusing part to Cushy Joint Freak, because, well, this is, the adult section of the show, kids, so, get permission from your parents to be here, please. And you shouldn't be here anyway. This is not made for kids. Anyway, I do partake of cannabis upon occasion, and so, I guess it's a true thing that I am a Cushy Joint Freak. Anyway. Let me slow down. It's getting a little rambunctious with the beard brushing there, wasn't I? There's no reason to be in a rush, Bill. We're not going anywhere. At least not for a couple of hours. Here's the thing. Well, I'll mention it, and this is going to be, excuse me again, jeez. You drink a little water. Getting a little dry. Well, Brian, I'm glad you could make it. Welcome. And now what was I going to do now? I just lost my total train of thought. Well, maybe it'll come back to me. We're getting down into break time. Drowning out the fireworks, that's great. Okay, it's time for a break. Here we go. I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Let me do that real quick, and we'll do this. Okay, that was a good break. I was hanging from my bar, and I had a really good from the, I don't remember how you named the cervical vertebrae or whatever, but the one that's kind of just before they start curving in, from there to just below my eater scapula, you know what I mean? And anyway, all of the vertebrae kind of simultaneously just went decompressed. And it was good. Hey, Afner. Thank you. Aloha to you as well. Question again. Do you still have access to... Yes, I do, Brennan. And thank you for asking that question, because it gives me an opportunity to explain that. Yes. Yeah, my old channel is, in fact, monetized, and I still get paid through it. But barely. I mean, a lot of times I'm just barely squeaking over the $100 a month threshold to, get paid. But yeah, so the thanks and all of that stuff, all those buttons work. So, if that appeals to you and you feel generous, then that would be great. I would appreciate it. But under no circumstances, do I want anybody to feel obligated? That's kind of the idea, I would like, for those who can and are wishing to, I'm kind of treating this like I'm busking, right? I'm out and my guitar case is open. If you think what I'm doing is worth something, then, there you go, groovy. Thank you. And that's Patreon is good for that, or buy me a coffee, whatever. It's all generosity is appreciated. Thank you. Anyway, there's enough of the shameful or the shameless, self-promotion or whatever. And I was doing beard brushing, wasn't I? Let's go back to doing that a little bit. So I think this Monday I'm going to record an escape game for that Monday release. I've kind of gone back to just doing videos, mostly like make the video, release the video kind of thing. I mean, the solitaire one took a while. I didn't just do that and then do it. It took a minute to get... It just took a minute to get the camera set up right. And holy mackerel, I don't know. Sometimes that stuff just takes forever, Most of the time, once I get everything set up, I can usually get through things reasonably smoothly once I get the ball rolling. But, sometimes getting the ball rolling is, it's challenging. Now, how is somebody using that name? Have they hacked my account? I don't understand how you can be using that. That bothers me. Are you trolling me in some manner? Especially since you're using my face. You shouldn't be doing that. What the hell's going on? You're not trolling, and why are you using my image without my permission and using my name? I mean, a variation of it, to be sure, but come on, man. That's ridiculous. Well, if you're not trolling, what's the thing, man? Sorry to be so aggravated, but yeah, I think I can. I'm going to have to look into it, to be honest. I mean, I suppose the variation on the name, there's nothing I can do about, because it is a variation on the name. And but using my image is bothersome and I'm pretty sure illegal. Yes, they'll be tracing tonight. As a matter of fact, it's just for laughs. Well, you know. I feel a little, I don't know, almost hijacked. You know, man? Anyway, I don't want to. I will look into, what, if any, recourse I have. I'm not going to even bother with it if you just change the frickin', not use my face. Sorry you're not getting the reaction you wanted, man, but it's kind of, yeah. The truth is the only reason my channel has any kind of real success is that I'm a bit of an eccentric, and I think the long beard and stuff has a lot to do with that. I think that is kind of the initial draw. Oh, I'm sure they do, Stephanie. As a matter of fact, I know they do, because a lot of times there's lawsuits that, are exactly about that. And I don't really want to get into that kind of space, just because I don't want to have that kind of effort and whatever in my life. But, at the same time, I can't, there's a thing about guarding stuff like that, because if you don't, then it can fall into public domain, and then anybody can use your image for whatever sake. That's why people do guard it. It's like, it's kind of a comparison, but no, not exactly the same. And I don't understand all the legal details or subtleties of these things, but it's my understanding that Xerox wanted people to stop using Xerox as the generic term for, copying things. Like, oh, I'm going to go Xerox this, right? Although nobody really does that anymore, do they? But people had been saying it for too long, and it had become just part of, American vernacular. And so they lost whatever the lawsuit was. And so it's like, no, And Rich, if and also to you, Bill, MaxVoxPax, if you'd have made an image that was obviously a satire of me or something, you know what I mean? I'd have actually been laughing at it, But it just stings a little, because since I've lost access to my original channel, you know what I mean? Initially I didn't notice the change in word order, and it was like I was going, wait a minute, So it's, that's in part of the, my negative reaction is that initial response was, I don't know, man. It's uncool. Sorry. That isn't what you wanted, but... Well, I'm sorry you got angry, man, but, it's... Using my image without my permission sucks. Yeah, I agree with you, Stephanie. What is going on? Who is doing the MaxVoxPax 3? Also using my image. Why are, I don't understand what is it that people are trying to achieve? It's like, it's like I'm not really famous, you know what I mean? It's not like, that, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're trying to achieve other than just kind of make me be unhappy. Yeah, Ryan, and that's the thing. I mean, I don't want to be Mr. Hey, I am Mr. Great Guy or anything like that, but that is kind of the point of the name, is that, the Bill MaxVoxPax is, obviously, I don't know about Latin word order. I think it should be something else. I think it should be, I think it's supposed to be, Max, I think it's supposed to be, oh man, I don't remember how the word order is supposed to be, but I think I have the word order wrong as far as Latin rules go. But it's supposed to be most peaceful voice, right? The idea is that I'm trying to project calm and, relaxation and tingles and all of that. I mean, that was the, people often ask, why do I do it, and what did I start the channel for? And it's, a huge part of it was to give back to the ASMR community, because I received so much support, and, not so much as support, before I started my channel. It wasn't like that, but a supportive feeling of community. You know what I mean? Well, Mospun, I'd rather, not have to go into the whole banning thing. I mean, if they start being pricks, then I will, but I'd rather they just stop being disrespectful, Do you think that's what they are, as bots? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I suppose there are people that that are just, malicious, they just want to screw up people's stuff. The only thing I can figure, and, is the thing I try to remind myself to be, not a prick, is that pain begets pain. You know what I mean? It's the thing about, the abused often become abusers, right? And the other side of that is, the abuser was often abused, and that's not, saying that it excuses anything, but, it suggests, conditions and circumstances where a different insight and understanding, of what's going on, is available. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, well, thanks, Ryan. Well, you're welcome, Stephanie. I mean, it's hard to, understand exactly what's happening with people, because it's just text. But you seem to be always pretty direct, so when you say that, it wasn't the greatest time and whatever, that, that I will take you at your word. You seem to be that sort of human, at least from what I can gather. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. What is this? MaxVoxPax weed stoner? See, that's more amusing to me. Yeah, I'll second that, Moss Bun. I mean, as far as Stephanie's. I feel like I'm maybe ignoring the site. I don't know, maybe I've been doing it enough. I haven't been keeping track, I suppose, to be honest. I've been just sort of mindlessly brushing here. Kind of gotten into it. You know, sometimes it's actually a nice sensation, you know what I mean? Just for... Well, I think everyone is mostly having a good night, with the exception of some, I don't know what that whole other people using similar farcical, you know, I don't know what they're trying to approve or choose or achieve, I guess is what I was trying to say. Yeah, I suppose I did black eyes, didn't I? Yeah, I'll just take it all the way to the end of this one, and maybe I'll think about starting a different trigger at the next segment. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I shouldn't just do beard brushing the whole time, right? I mean, I should probably break it up a bit. I don't know. You guys can start putting in trigger requests now, and then when I come back from the break, I'll look at the list and pick from among them to which one appeals to me the most to be the next one. There you go, Quan. So there's the first vote. Guys, get started. Also, when I do the tracing, I think I already mentioned there's going to be some, extended version of tracing, because I have a thing I want to try. I kind of tried it on my own just to see how well I could pull it off, kind of thing. But I don't know. We'll have to see. It was one of those situations where it's like I'll just have to see if it works. I've kind of not really in any kind of official poll, but I have asked people, just on the live streams, like in comments, to say, what their favorite trigger is. Well, let's just do a miniature version of that tonight. Everybody can put in their favorite trigger while I'm at break, right? And, bam, right? That's what we'll do. Well, hopefully that's what you guys will do. Anyway, I'll be right back. I am back, and let's see if I can. Woodblock tapping. Yes, there will be woodblock tapping. Okay, there's the second vote for woodblock tapping. Hey, totally legit. How's it going? Glad you could make it by. Okay. Black Eye says woodblock tapping. Ryan says. Well, there won't be a backgammon game tonight because that's just too hard to set up for a live stream, especially during the live stream. But yeah, there'll probably be one soon. Probably, I don't know. I'll have to look and see. How long ago was the last one, and whether I feel like I'm, stacking them too close together and that kind of thing. Man, what is that? Yeah, I did do the last jar last time. Hey James, how's it going? Hey Geekswall, how's it going? Okay, well, I think what I will do then is I'm gonna do some tapping on the good old chunk of wood, and if there's time for it, maybe I'll return to beard brushing, but I don't want to monopolize the whole show with just one trigger. So anyway, let's do tapping on the chunk of wood. It's funny how the people who are doing the thing that's, I've just said makes me feel disrespected. And it's from your perspective, it's all fun and games. But in my perspective, it seems like you're being a jerk, So I don't know what to say about it. It's a bit like the kid that's always, sticking their finger in your face and going, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, that kind of thing, Yeah, I suppose you're right, Black Eyes. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, probably so, Mossbun. Okay, Stephanie. So, yeah, but see, the thing is, I was also enjoying it. So I may do some more for my own personal, just as, that sensual experience of brushing, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's a pleasant thing. Oh, I should probably get fireworks fairly soon too, Geekswall. Where are you at, Geekswall? If you don't mind my asking. Because here it's just about sundown, I think. I don't remember what it... You're relatively close to me, Stephanie. What is sundown today? Has it happened? I'm looking at my window. It seems like it has, but I'm kind of... There's a tree kind of to the west of me, so it, kind of makes things kind of shadow-like. Yeah, they don't bother me that much as far as the volume of them, but I have, there's people I know who have issues with the banging sounds, from actual stress and you know, from a place of emotional trauma, and it bothers them, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's one of those things they kind of have to just sort of put up with it, right? Because, you know, the whole world isn't going to stop using fireworks because it aggravates a few people, you know? Oh, wow. I'm sorry they got rained out. Alcohol and weed and psychedelics. Yeah, I have. I won't go into too much detail on some of them because some of them it was sketchy behavior on my part. And I won't remember a whole list, so I'll just say various pharmaceutical things, you know, that were like mood elevators and, you know, that sort of thing. Feel-good pills. And it wasn't anything I did a whole lot of. I just knew a guy who had kind of infrequent access, you know, so it was occasionally okay, then yeah, then it's going to be time. Thanks, Stephanie. It's going to be time for the fireworks to go off. Probably various places over the bay, probably like, you know, Fisherman's Wharf or over by the Embarcadero, you know, Pier 1, or probably Jack London Square. I don't know. Probably a couple of other places. Okay, here we go. Yep, I gotta put back the OBS thing. There we go. So now I can kind of see what I'm doing and also see that. Oops. If you hear the booms, that's some fireworks going off relatively close. Just smokes the devil's lettuce. Yeah, I mean, that and caffeine are my only real vices anymore. Okay, Stephanie, thanks. Oh, wow, that's weird. They would do that early. I wasn't sure if it was the stream outside here. Yeah, it could be a mixture of both, you know. Because they're kind of petered out here. Most of the ones that I hear now are super in the distance, and I doubt the mics are picking them up. Oh, there was one. Yikes. Yeah, you know, Nubby, but oh man. After I got off booze, my doctor was like, you know, now the best thing you can do for your health is to quit smoking. So I don't know how you know, use your nicotine. I mean, that's why for a while I was an early adopter of the vaping thing, because I figured it was harm reduction, right? You know, still addicted to nicotine, but you're reducing, or at least, well, not even reducing, removing any of the carcinogenic compounds that result from the combustion. Hey, thanks, Donovan. Happy 4th to you as well. Thanks, Kyle. I'm going to start using my nails now. I gotta go maybe a little slower. Although sometimes I like doing that. Kind of very quiet but quick with my nails. But I feel like going a little bit slower. Oh, wow. Well, I hope you had a good time, Justin. It sounds like you probably did. That's really groovy. It's good to hear. That's kind of funny, MSC. Yeah, nicotine can, well, it's a very subtle thing, right? You know what I mean? It's not like being stoned or drunk or anything like that, but it can definitely be very effective, especially when it comes to things like mood elevation and stress. But the downside to nicotine is, or one of the downsides, is that it promotes you to grow more receptors for it. So the longer you use it, the more addicted you become in a physiological sense. Your body just gets like, yikes, it's insidious. Okay, Kwan, yeah, we'll do mic brushing. Oh, actually, you know what, Kwan, let's do mic brushing at the end, because I like to do the mic brushing, when I do the whisper over there thing, and then do that at the end before I do the lullaby. So if that works for you, that's what I plan to do. So for the last segment, that's when I'll do the mic brushing. In the next segment, I think in the next segment I'm going to do the tracing. Oh, you know what, I'll wait a little bit to do the tracing to see if vexing shows up. I don't remember when he usually does. I should probably keep better track of you guys so I can know what I'm doing. It gets difficult, man. There's more of you than there is of me. I'm starting to speed up again. I do have the jar and the skateboard both. And just to give you some hint or a teaser or something, the skateboard has to do with the extended idea I have for tracing. Yeah, neither of my parents smoked, Justin, but my grandparents did. My grandmother did. My grandfather did until, well, he ended up with lung cancer, so that was horrible. And he lived for several years. He ended up, having one of his lungs removed even, and it was just, so that was a bad thing. But, and my dad's mom smoked too. Oh, you liked it for the sped up tapping? What about everybody else? Oh, it's only going to be like for another 40 seconds, less than 30. Oh, here we go. 35, 34, whatever. So I'll just, here we go. I'll just do a little bit more for. Hopefully that's a decent pace. I haven't really been paying that much attention to the pace. It just, a few times I felt like, man, I'm going a little fast. Going a little bit fast. Oh, yeah, there's a boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's enough for the wood for right now. When I come back, well, we'll see when I come back. Anyway, I'll be back. Oops. I should have cleared my throat before I turned the thing back on. Anyway, here we go. I got to see what I missed in the comments, but. Yeah, I agree with you, Justin. That's good for you, Stephanie. If you hate it so much, then you're likely never to take it up, and that's a good thing. I mean, as exciting as nicotine can be as a subtle drug, it's not worth the damage that smoking causes. I'm glad, Stephanie. That's groovy. It's kind of my goal, right? I would like people to feel comfortable and welcome, and that if they have something they want to mention and talk about or whatever, that this is a place that could happen, or if you just want to chill out and, you know, relax and realize that the people here are trying to be cool and groovy people, you know. All right, yeah, I've known people with asthma that have, you know, have it pretty extreme. All right, so I'm going to put off the tracing for a bit because I was hoping that vexing would be here for that. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably do a mixture of crinkling and the jar. I will start with the jar, I think, just for a few minutes. I don't know, I just feel like I should do it for a few minutes. Okay. Let's get over here for this one first. Man, I gotta remember there's this weird rough spot on here that kind of, I don't know, I must have damaged it somehow without realizing it. That's funny space. I don't know. Probably a while though. Because I'm not sure I'm always doing it at the same spot either. Oh, you might be right, Black Eyes. Because it's just some kind of, you know, faux ivory bone plastic stuff, you know. Well, I think that's why it's got rough spots. I don't know. I must have somehow. Well, clearly I put it against something somehow, and it got all. You know, it's not really all that noticeable visually, but clearly when I rub it against the glass, it's enough to make a weird noise. There you go. That's funny, Nubby. I'll have to figure out a way of setting up some little machines or something, you know what I mean? So that they could be, you know, holy mackerel. A little bit of fireworks going on out there. More of the kind of small rapid fire ones than the big bang in the sky ones. I've seen footage of some of these fireworks things that they did in China in conjunction with drones, and it, like, I wish I could remember anything specific about it, but I remember just seeing these videos on YouTube and just kind of going, wow, being really, really impressed. Firework ASMR. Yeah, that would be an interesting thing to figure out. I wonder if I could find the file. So here's some trivia for you guys, or behind the scenes information or something like that. On my music channel, Three Monks in a Tub, there's a song called Tempest Dance. And if you listen to it, and you'll hear there's kind of an odd rhythm track that has this kind of thwack, crackly, kind of snare sound sort of a thing going on, and a bunch of other strange things. It's kind of like, what the hell's going on? And then I put that in with a kick drum, and what the loop is. Hey, Vexing, you're here. Because there's going to be some interesting additions to tracing tonight, so I wanted to wait until you got here. YouTubing Jason, thanks for coming by. What else was I going to do with this segment? I was going to do crinkling with the other half, wasn't I? Yeah, let's do crinkling for the second half of this one, since it's coming up on the 10-minute mark, although I don't think I started that jar right at the beginning either, but yeah, it's okay. Okay, what do I got in here now? I got the large bag. I've got the green suit bag. You know what I'm going to do? I don't know if Ben's here tonight, or either Ben, to be honest, because I haven't chimed in, but I know that our friend Ben in Sweden likes the sound of the craft bag, so we'll just do the craft bag itself a bit. What does that say? 7-something K subs only. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess that'll be kind of a nice, it's funny because it's kind of I don't know. It's cool to get the subscribers and all this stuff, but since this channel doesn't make any money, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I'm still going to do it, but I got to figure out something else to do money, because the YouTube thing is just not working out anymore, So, yeah, I don't know. For a minute. What I think I'm going to do, here's one of them. Where's the other pouch? I want to find the pouches. Where's one of the other pouches? Come on now. Where'd you get to down here? Oh no. I lost the other pouch? I couldn't have done that, could I have? Scrunched. All right. Sorry for that strange disarray or whatever. We gotta get... You know, I think I'm gonna do. I've been thinking about the Twitch thing, or yeah, Twitch thing. I'm gonna do it. I know I keep saying that, but it is my intent to do it. But I've been thinking. I think I want to do different stuff over there. You know what I mean? Just for the idea of trying to kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try that. You know, so I don't know, but so I'm hoping to get off my butt and do that. But I have heard from her a while back, and she's having some, medical stuff, but she's, on the mend and hoping to get back. So. I haven't, Quan, but that's something maybe to think about. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, YouTube Jason. YouTubing Jason, sorry. You know what I was thinking, Vexing, is there's these weird games that I like playing on some of these, channels that are kind of, or not channels, but websites, like those kind of odd matching games. And I mean, there's just all kinds of weird, silly games that I've kind of started playing out of curiosity, and some of them I find very interesting and kind of compelling. So I was thinking about like streaming myself playing games, because I'm not really a gamer, right? So people aren't going to see me like slamming through and being a badass at games. They're going to see a 60-year-old guy that used to be into video games back when you did them in arcades, back in like the 80s, I mean, I was really into them back then, but holy mackerel, I haven't played them really that much since then, except for, the kind of stuff you guys see me play. But in any case, I just thought it might kind of make some interesting and compelling watch. And if I can, keep, like right now, I feel like I'm not as calm and ASMR-ish as I could be, but, I don't know. That's my kind of hope. And I'm thinking I want to try and do it like I'll try to find well, let me ask you this, Vexing. What I'm thinking of doing is, like pick a time and like try to do it like the same time, like, every weeknight at, 7 or something, you know what I mean? Something like that, where I'd stream for some period of time. I don't know if that seems like the best thing to do or not. I need to look around more to figure out what I'm really going to do. Cool. Thanks, YouTubing Jason and Vexing both. Oh, as far as type, well, the ones that I've been really fascinated with, which I think I might play, at least to get started, are in fact these matching games that have to do with like decorating a house or running a restaurant or these just weird, silly things that I don't know. Mostly it's kind of the odd pictures kind of caught my attention, and it's like, hey, that seems, I don't know, appealing to look at from some particular standpoint or another. And then the first couple I played, then I kind of started suggesting other ones, Oh, Navi, I just saw that you asked about a Patreon. Yeah, I still do. There should be a link in the description. If there's not for the stream, then there will be in any of the videos. Oh, and I've somehow gotten back the live link thing, so I think I mentioned that before, but That's interesting, Vexing. Thank you. All right, I think that's what I'll do. Is I'll just try to find. Because I think for what I do, I think the idea of consistency would be good. You know what I mean? So like if I could pick a time slot that I could, again with my lousy time management. See, that's part of my problem. I mean, I know when I do a thing like that, I have to. When I commit to it, then I have to follow through. And so I hate putting myself in positions where, I can commit to something that I can't actually do. So it's gonna happen. I just don't know exactly when. Thanks, Nubby. Oh, also, there's a link to buy me a coffee if you're not interested in doing a monthly thing. If you just want to do a one-time shot. Also, the thanks on the old channel. Wow. There's some interesting sounding ones up, and those have the dogs going crazy. Well, not going crazy, but I can hear them running around a little bit, trying to hide. There's the hallway that's kind of up above me. It's like right over there. It's like a T-shaped thing that goes between two rooms, and then goes. The far end of it goes into the bathroom, which is at this far end of the house, and the other, like the top of the T at one side, is how you get to the living room, right? So it's how these rooms and the bathroom, the ones above me, connect to the main part of the house. Anyway, that hallway has a door on it, that, so it can kind of be shut and isolated. And when the bathroom door is shut, it's kind of a dark, in the middle of the house place, and so that's where the dogs like to go when there's like fireworks and stuff like that going. Or like I said before, under my dad's sheds in the back, or a couple of the small ones will get under furniture or something. I don't know exactly what my sister's dogs do there in her room, so. Oh wow, thanks, Vexing. Yeah, I will absolutely. As soon as I know what I'm doing, I'll make an announcement of it here, and then also I'll probably put it on the community page. And I have to get better at doing the whole promotion. I mean, if I'm trying to do this, I have to approach it like it's a business, and I just suck at that whole thing, man. I just really do. Yeah, happy 4th. Thanks for the last note. Oops. Break time just went and I didn't notice it, so let's do that. And then, I don't know. We'll see what I do when I come back. Anyway, time to take a break. Here we go, and I'm back. Well, that is cool, last note. Okay, well, yeah, we've had some local ones going off here. I mean, the ones we've been hearing have been stuff that aren't official displays. They're, just people, shooting things off. Anyway, let's do tracing, shall we? I feel like the camera angle is not what it usually is, but anyway, so we'll do our best to make sure that it works okay. All right, I will start with the digits this time, beginning with 0 and going to 9. So, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and finally 9. Number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. There you go. So now I'll do the letters. I'll start with the small letters this time, lowercase. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I will do the capital letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and finally Z. Okay, that's it for those ones. Find a place to set this down so it's kind of out of the way. Put it over there, I guess, like that. Let me get a drink of water. And now I'm going to try my idea that I was talking about earlier. And it has to do with the FiberFlex. And I'm trying to figure out a way of sitting to make this work right the way I want it to. Because my thinking is if I can get this sitting maybe on my knee or something like that. Not really quite right. But there's the issue. I have to figure out a way of holding it up here. Because I have this probe that you'll notice is also yellow and black. That's the thing that made me think of it. Right? So I was thinking what I wanted to do was try to hold this here and carefully trace over the letters with the probe and going around the outside of like the logos and stuff. And I thought if I could get good enough at it so that it was graceful, that it might be a decent thing to do for tracing. What do you guys think? Or is it just silly? I mean, it's kind of difficult, to be honest, to kind of go slow and hold the skateboard up at the same time. So I'll probably have to do it in like segments, where I do this for a minute and then maybe, spin the wheels or tap on it or something that I don't have to hold up so it's just kind of an awkward thing and a little uncomfortable, I suppose, but anyway, I'm going to set it down for a minute. So what do you guys think? I guess I got to catch up on some comments. Wow, Nubby, that's super generous. Thank you. I really, really do appreciate that. That's fantastic. Oh, cool. That's good, Rob. That's fine. Catch up whenever you can, man. Well, I'm glad, Dark Mario, that I was able to get you any kind of enjoyment, stress release, any of that stuff. Okay, so let me do the spinning and stuff. Actually, I'm going to spin both of them. I don't know how well you can hear the far one, but I never watched these back, so I have no idea what's going on. I mean, I've tried the noises, you know what I mean? But, before I do them in front of you guys, I screw around and try it with them, but it's one thing to when you're playing with it, and then another thing after you've been doing it for a while and kind of get a methodology down, All right, let's do this one more time here. See how I can get it close without. I like the sound stop it by accident? I guess I did. There we go. Okay. Oh, I like the sound so much. Oh my goodness. There's some big thunderous ones going off now. I just had another idea. I don't know if this will work or not. I'm going to try this because I might be able to. What if I set this like this? I'm kind of using the back truck to kind of, there we go. What can I, there, that kind of has it in focus, yeah? And I can hold that up easier. See if this can work for what I want to do. Or maybe it doesn't. It's not easier because I can't get around it to see what I'm doing. So I can't make it work. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Oh no. It's weird because it's not. It's just weird. Up. I have to come down and it's like it's. No, I can't see it. It's so weird and awkward. Well, it was worth a go. Well, here's a thing to try, maybe even two. Can I do this? No, that's too weird and awkward. That's too weird and awkward. Let me try to do this again with the tracing on this. All right, there we go. Maybe if I do it. Along the edge, I kind of use the sticker as a to help guide me. But I also like the idea of trying to do the letters inside. So I go like that. And along that, like that. Fiber. And then like this, like that. And like this. And like that all the way around. Like that. Right, and then like this. And then like this. And then like this. Okay, I'm going to set it down again. All right, let's see. What are the comments saying about here? Okay, well, I'll try to mix it up then a little bit with the tracing, Stephanie, I guess. That's funny. Okay, let me do a little bit more of wheel spinning because I enjoy that too. But let's get a little bit closer, maybe, without touching anything, maybe. All right, let's take it over to the other side. Skateboard ASMR, man. I'm gonna have to make a video devoted just to skateboard ASMR. side for a bit. Oops, there's more comments coming in. I'm going to have to... So when you say AUS, I'm assuming you mean Australia, because it could be Austria, Österreich, but I'm going to assume you mean Australia just because, I don't know, it just seems to be the thing to assume. But anyway, you're welcome. I'm glad you, did it here, and yeah, cool. Yeah, you're probably right, Black Eyes. I like the idea of it, but I need to find a better way of doing it. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Nice wheel sounds, man. Nice wheel sounds. Maybe it's something I don't do for the live stream, but that I do for a video, in the video. Because then I can, set up the camera specifically just for it, so it doesn't have to accommodate, any of the other activities. I could set the height of the camera and the height of the mics and everything, in a way that it's easy for me to prop up the skateboard and do it. I think that's the solution to that issue. Anyway, thanks for your input, because it helped me get to a solution. Let's go back to the other side, I guess, for a bit. Oh, hang on, let's get better. It's radical, man. It's tingular. How's that? Instead of tubular, it's tingular. I like that. I'm going to start using that. That's tingular, man. Yeah, you're right, Black Eyes. That's kind of the point. I mean, in some ways, this is kind of part of my job, but the truth is, it's at least as much, if not more, part of my, it is my social Saturday, this is hanging out with you guys is what I do for fun. Oops, it's time to take a break. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then I don't know what I'll do. All right, Bill, let's go take a break. come back. And okay, so we got, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and just turn off the white clock, as I often do at this point in the show, because because I'm often late and all that, and it gets out of sync. So let's just turn that off, and I will just have a long segment for the end here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I did enough crinkling. Actually, I think I've done enough with the basic trigger stuff, except for when I get down to the brushing, and then, of course, the final thing of the lullaby. So I think what I'm going to do now is, at least for a few minutes, I'm going to go, and we're going to switch this back to K-Diamond, just because I like that as a noise thing, right? I mean, I think just about everybody likes the sound of these, yeah. I mean, and did I get the volume levels back? Because every time I think I have to just get more thorough with the way I do what, and that they call it scene collection, that, you set up so you can have things be repeatable, sort of, and I don't think I utilize it to its fullest, because I'm always having to kind of tinker with things every time I, switch what I'm doing, whether it's YouTube Live or recording a game, or part of it seems to change between things, so I don't know what that's about. I just need to get more experience using OBS, so it will come with time, right? Okay, now what do you have? What would you love to know? What my biggest passions are? I don't know, really. Music, I guess, would be that. To a certain degree, ASMR. I mean, on both sides of it. Although I do find both, in the creation of both things, can be very frustrating. It's just for various reasons. But what else am I passionate about? Well, I'm kind of getting very enthusiastic about gardening. I don't know if I'd quite say I'm passionate about it yet, but I could see that being a thing that could turn into that. Anyway, oops. Just being into the light bill. I need to definitely be better planning this out so I can see the comments better. Interesting idea. Interesting idea, Nubby. Huh. Because at one point I thought about making a t-shirt and putting just the weird little circle logo I use for the channel. And then I was going to put, somehow I'd put my name on it, I don't know. And then across the back I was thinking of putting the phrase "tingle much." You know what I mean? And then I thought, I don't know. Part of me thinks it would be kind of fun and cool to have merch like that, and then another part of me kind of goes, I don't know if that's the right thing to be doing for an ASMR channel. I don't know, maybe I'm being overthinking stuff like that. But anyway, let's get back to playing the K-Diamond thing, Bill. Trying to be soothing, man. That didn't go anywhere. Yeah, that was alright. That's like why I like doing them down here low, where it seems like you get longer chain reaction type things going on. And I might be wrong, I don't know. I haven't really done any strict observation with this. I just sort of half-assedly kind of, I wonder. That's what I'm doing. Let's go here. You know, going back to your suggestion about that skate deck. You know, because, man, back in the day, I mean, in truth, the reason I picked the Dogtown West Humston, I mean, it had everything to do with its dimensions, because I wanted a board that, you know, was that width and stuff. But there was lots of boards that were roughly that width and stuff, you know, in the skateboard world. So it's like, you know, the big decider was, in fact, the artwork on the bottom. And I think that's pretty common for, you know, kids doing skateboarding. Buying, you know, skateboards as much for the cool factor as anything else. You know, I mean, it has to function, of course, but it's the same kind of thing in guitars, right? You know, it needs to function, but there's also an element of, you know, how attractive is it in other ways. That's funny, Novi. You know, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I don't know, maybe I should think about that seriously, you know, rather than just have it be a goofy, you know. I don't know, I'll look into it. Another project. I mean, part of my problem is that there's so many things that need doing around the house, and yeah, it just gets difficult to keep up with everything sometimes. Wine, Bill. It's not like I'm making any kind of wine that a gazillion other people haven't made the exact same complaint, you know. Never enough time, poor organization, you know. Oh, is the thing doing the weird words keep following me? Stop doing that. Just go back to staying like that and just doing that. Thank you. Cushy joint freak t-shirt. That's very appealing to me. I mean, I'd buy that. Oopsie daisy, there's the dog. Although, when they're barking like that, it's usually because something has them thinking that their territory is being invaded. Which is good news, because if they're acting like that, it means that maybe they're calmed down from the fireworks stuff going on. Although a bunch of fireworks just started up again, so. What time are we getting? Oh, I didn't turn off the white clock on this side. Let's do that. I just want to make sure I keep track of time in a vague sense, just because I want to make sure I leave enough time for both the brushing and the lullaby at the end. Do I want to do anything other than K-diamonds here at the end? Because I should start thinking about that. Am I just going to sit here and do this for a long time? Or am I just going to do it for a few more minutes and do something else? Oops, some just went off again. I'm trying to think, is there any of the major triggers that I usually do that I've not done tonight? Did the jar, did the tracing, did the good old chunk of wood. We're going to do the beard brush. I mean, I did beard brushing. We're going to do the mic brushing. Did the crinkle, did the skateboard. Is there something I'm forgetting? I don't know. Kind of feel like there is, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is. Hold on, here we go. Click, click, click. Click on the right thing, Bill. Boom. Zowie. Yeah, that one went on for quite a while, didn't it? My neck is creaking again. You know what I think I might do is, because I'm getting kind of bored of clicking these things all of a sudden, so I'm thinking I might switch back over to Octortle and play just some practice games. What am I doing here? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's do that. Switch back over to... Oh, actually, you know what I'll do? Yeah, I'll switch to the Octortle. Where'd it go? There it goes over there. I wonder why it moved order like that. That's strange. So let me get this... Get rid of that. Get rid of... There we go, like that. Do this like that, so I can see what the hell I'm doing again. Yeah. Let's get back over to this one. Oh, now I have to actually try to solve this one, don't I? To be able to get a new game. What do we have here? That could be trash. Hey, what do you know? Ready? Ovid or oxide? I'm gonna say oxide. I mean, you know, okay. Reuse. Facet. Okay. CD. Yep, okay. Lever. Okay, and oh, badge. What do you know? Okay. So I guess the artsy women build is, but I don't have the plum wage, you know, to take up some more unique consonants. So scout probably, okay. Probably final, okay. So spout, nope, okay. Oh, spout. That one could be no, I was going to say detox, but I can't because what is that going to be? I'll have to come back to it. I'm not seeing it. How many spaces have I got? I've got 6 spaces, I guess. And I've got 5 more words to get. I'm not sure. Tempo. Yeah, okay. What did that get me elsewhere? Not much. Oh no, that one could be Venom. Yep, okay. And realm, okay. And dolly. Nope. Oh no, I don't have enough to. Yes, I have precisely enough. Yikes, okay. Golly, I guess. Or lolly. Lolly. Nope. Well, didn't make it. That's too bad. You know, I just had a thought. Hey, here we go. Hey, Yaz, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing mostly pretty good, yeah. Hey, Javon, you guys are here, well, for the last 15 minutes or so. So let's do this. And there we go. So now what have I got? That one could be edify. What could that be at the back there? I don't know. Chafe, is that going to be what that is? Yeah. Could be storm. All right, I'm going to put in plum. And civil. Is that what that's going to be over there? No, civil is with 2 eyes. What am I doing? That's not right. Kevel. I'm going to do storm. Oops. There we go. And that could be rung. All right, I'm going to say that's cattle. All right. And I'm going to say that's edify. Okay. And I'm going to say that that's rung. And I'm going to say that's sweet. And that's nasty, isn't it? That's funny. And then a lay, I guess. What do you know? You know what? Okay, that's long enough for this. I'm going to go do brushing on microphones. And so I can do that for about 10 minutes or so, and then the last 3 minutes or so will be my attempt at doing some half-ass lullaby stuff. Okay, let's see if I can get myself. I'm gonna move the OBS thing and that thing there so I can kind of maybe see myself better at how I'm doing these. Is that gonna work okay like that? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so I'm trying to set up so I can kind of either see out of my peripheral vision, which is actually pretty good for my age, I suppose, or the monitor, right? So I can kind of, I don't know, I'm trying to get better at doing this stuff, man, you know what I mean? So, I can brush over there while I'm quietly whispering over here. That's such a weird collection of noises in my headphones. It's the brushing, my own whispering, and then the fireworks, but I'm glad, Stephanie, that this was a good thing for you. And yeah, Moss Bun, I think I'm going to have to, because I made a video on my original channel a long, long time ago up there with the timer. Let's go ahead and just turn it off so we don't have to look at it. And that was a lullaby thing. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I think I made up my own lullaby. But anyway, so I'm going to revisit that and maybe actually try to find the Brahms thing and maybe learn it for real and actually try to, you know, not be so crappy with my singing. I'm just not a very good singer, and I get pitchy and like that all over the place, and I don't even remember the melody that well, to be honest. So you can kind of well, I'm glad you like it, Mossbone, but yeah, it's as far as singing skill goes, it's pretty lacking. But yeah, I think maybe I should make a video like that that's just kind of lullaby-ish for the whole thing, and with a balance of, you know, soft spoken singing type stuff as well as some whisper singing and that kind of thing. I don't know, that seems like it might be an interesting thing to try to work out. Anyway, so I guess that's it for tonight's stream. Happy 4th of July, everybody. And yeah, I don't know, there's no special announcements except for Monday's, I haven't decided which one, but Monday's game video is going to be another escape game thing. So if you're seeing this before, today's the 4th, so 5th, 6th, so if you see this before the 6th, then you've been pre-warned that it's going to be another escape game, so keep your eyes out for that. Yeah, other than that, I guess I'll see you guys all next week. Hope another comment. Oh, okay, yeah, no, great, thanks, I'm glad. Good night, everybody. Aloha, siblings.